friends, we are back. Got the data mines already. We got the refines here, so let's go ahead and open them up. Got Ash in there first, then we got Xander followed up. Okay. Oh, Xander is a 3-pager. Ooh, interesting. Okay, then we have Asbel. And then Baby Innies, who I'm looking forward to. Hopefully they can live up to his hype. Harmonic Tiki, who is also a 3-pager, just like Xander. That's pretty rare. Wasn't there one more? I could have swore there was one more. There's a 3-star. There's Noel. Where is Noel? Okay, maybe we'll go through these and then we'll find Noel because certainly someone has to have posted him. Okay, so starting things off with Ash first, our wonderful cow. So, Horn of Opening. HP up 3, -1 special trigger. If unit is in 3 spaces of an ally, grants attack up 6 and speed up 5 to unit. Why would she want speed up 5? She's not exactly the fastest cow on the pasture. Okay, inflicts attack -6 on the foe. Unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. Foe can't make a follow-up attack, and reduce damage from foes' attacks by X% of unit's defense during combat. Alright, true DR based on defense. That's exactly what she wanted. X is the number of allies in 3 spaces of unit times 10 with a max of 30. So 30% of her defense, which is her best stat, pretty much. So that's very good. Also, when foes attack triggers foes special, reduce damage further by 30% of defense. That's a lot, man. That's pretty good. So she essentially has Excel on enemy specials. That's good. Okay, then also, if the foe initiates combat or the foe's HP is over 75% at the start of combat, grants bonus to all stats equal to the number of allies in 3 spaces of unit times 2 plus 5 with a max of 11. Deals damage equal to 20% of unit's defense and grants special cooldown count -1 to unit before unit's first attack. By the way, she can get Sturdy Beast. So she has also a special that can give her non-pierceable DR. Yeah, I mean, she's pretty good. Especially considering how good her C skill is. It's like opening or guidance 4 with like a ton of support now. They definitely held it down. She seems like a very good refined unit here. Alright, now Xander is the interesting one too because his B skill is like Momentum 5, people were calling it. So let's see here. Eben Bulwark. HP up 3, -1 special trigger. At the start of turn, if unit is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants attack and speed up 6. Null follow-up and special cooldown charge +1 per attack during combat to unit and allies in 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn. Alright, lots of support there. At the start of turn, if the number of allies in 2 spaces of unit is greater than or equal to 2, unit can move 1 extra space. Oh, did he have that before? I don't think he did. So he just gets bonus movement now? That's pretty good. Okay. Alright, then also, if unit initiates combat or is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants all stats up 5 to unit and deals +X damage times 5 during combat. Where X is the number of bonus effects active on unit and foe, excluding stat bonuses with a max of 5. Excluding on AoEs, and then recovers 7 HP to unit after combat. Alright, then they explain null follow-up and bonuses. Okay. Alright, also at the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants a bonus to all stats equal to the number of foes in 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit times 2 plus 5, with a max of 11. Nullify unit's penalties to attack and speed, reduce damage from foe's first attack by 7, which is also Brave Attack DR, and then reduce the percentage of foe's non-special DR by half. Yeah, he's getting a lot of stats and true DR and stuff on his weapon, which he already gets on his B skill. So, like, that's really good. Now you can give him, like, Haze Slice from the upcoming Dimitri. Or if you want to give him, like, Gale Force so he can take multiple actions. There's a lot of options for this guy. I think he's going to be really good. Seems like a strong damage dealer. He's got a lot of mobility. He's got a lot of stats. A lot of protection. Support as well. Dude, these units are just, like, jack-of-all-trade units now. They do everything. Support, damage, tanking, action economy, bonus actions. It's like everything you could want. Okay, moving on to Asbel now. Probably the least hype refine. Alright, Graph Caliber, 14 might, 2 range, effective against flying, -1 special trigger. If unit initiates combat or if unit is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants all stats of 5. nullify foes' bonuses, and deals damage equal to 20% of speed. At start of turn, if unit's HP is over 25%, inflict speed and res -7 and sabotage on the closest foes and foes in 2 spaces of those foes through the next action. That's it. Like, look at what we just went through. Look at Ash and look at Xander and then compare it to this. I mean, his entire weapon, like everything here, the weapon and then also the green portion is like 2/3 of what we saw on Xander's weapon alone, not even counting his special effect refine. Just goes to show. Man, they really played favorites with Ronin over Asbel, didn't they? All right, very, very sad times for Asbel fans. Oh, there's more. Okay, forget I said anything then. There is more. He has more. Okay, also at the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants a bonus to all stats equal to 10% of unit speed at the start of combat +5, and grants special cooldown count -2 to unit before unit's first follow-up. That's a good place to get that, because that avoids scowl effects. If they scowl you on the first attack, you just get your cooldown on the next attack. So that's definitely good. Still an RIP, though. This doesn't seem good enough, unfortunately. Certainly not like Ronin. Like, remember how good Ronin's was, and then you compare it to Asbel? Like, he was another rando 5-star unit that just got everything he could have wanted. Alright, Baby Innies, this is an important one, of course, because he is the Tempest Trial prize. Alright, so Bow of Frelia accelerates special trigger, -1. Effective against flying. At the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants attack and speed up 6, and defense and res up 5 to unit during combat. And also, if special triggers, excluding AoEs, deals +15 damage and nullify DR from foes' non-special skills. Why not just give him +6 to everything? Why defense and res up 5? Why not +6? Was that one extra point too OP? They really couldn't just give him all stats of 6? Alright, whatever. At the start of turn, grant special cooldown count -1. So he just has, like, permanent pulse right there, pretty much. If unit initiates combat or is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants attack or all stats of 5 to unit. Nullify effects that inflict guard on unit and disable skills of all foes, excluding the foe in combat during combat. So he also has feud there, too. +15 true damage is pretty solid, but dude. Man. I reiterate, look at what Ash and look at what Xander are doing, and then look at this guy. It's just not enough. Like, he needs like 2 or 3 more effects. Unfortunate as that may be. Okay, now Harmonic Tiki, who I think is actually a very rare unit. I don't think too many people have her. So let's see what she does. Okay, Frostfire Breath, 16 might, 1 range, effective against dragon, HP up 3, also attack up 3. If a bonus is active on unit, grants attack and speed up 6 and defense and res up 5 to unit, and grants a bonus to unit's attack and speed equal to the highest total bonuses to defense and res among unit and allies in 3 spaces of unit ×2. Reduce damage from foes' first attack by 7, first attack and brave attack, and neutralize effects that guarantee foes' follow-up attacks and prevent units' follow-ups, and recover 7 HP. Now, the reason why it's checking defense and res of allies is because she has with everyone, which you absolutely do not want to run on her right now. It's just like defense and res up 5 to an adjacent ally and herself. That's not... We ain't doing that right now. No, sir. So, yeah, you're going to have to get your defense and res bonuses to your other allies from somewhere else. Luckily, there are good units that can just give defense and res up 6, like New Year Needhogger. So that's not an issue. Okay, also, enables Kanto 2. At start of turn, if unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants defense and res up 6, bonus doubler, and null panic to unit and allies in 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn. Okay, so forget even that. You don't need Needhogger. She just does it. She doesn't even care that she has with everyone. She just, like... They just gave her the same buff all over again. It would have been wiser for them to do attack and speed up 6 here, I think, because then it would have had, like, some synergy there, you could say, and it's not like it's impossible to just get defense and res up 6 from somebody else. So I would have actually preferred that as opposed to this, like, just ignoring her C-skill entirely. I know we are going to do that when we build her. We're just going to ditch her C-skill anyway. But it still seems kind of wrong for them to say that, as opposed to us saying it. Alright, then also bonus doubler and null panic to unit and allies in 2 spaces. So pretty solid support effect there. And then the rest says, if unit initiates combat or is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants all stats of 5 to unit and reduce percentage of foes non-special DR by half. Yeah, not really. Not one of those, like, crazy harmonic refines. We've had some. Like the... Who was a good harmonic refine off the top of my head? I guess, like, Mia and Lucina, they had a pretty solid refine. The rest aren't really coming to mind right now, unfortunately, but... Oh, also, Xander and Veronica, they had a pretty solid refine, too. So, unfortunately, doesn't look like one of those. So, obscure unit doesn't look like you need to try hard to get her. Now, let's see if somebody has posted the null refine. And let's hopefully avoid any spoilers if they may be here from the, like, other data mines that we're getting. Yeah, so all the other data mine stuff is up. All right, PM1 holds it down here. He's got the null refine. And also Anand, too. I forgot all about Anand. So we actually have 2 more refines to take a look at here. All right, let's go ahead and scroll all the way over. So I'm very hopeful for Noel. He's a very cool unit. I did like him in Sacred Stones. So he gets Dark Monograph, 14 might, 2 range. If the foe initiates combat or foe's HP is over 75% at the start of combat, inflicts attack speed and res -5 on the foe, deals damage equal to 20% of unit's res, and grants special cooldown charge +1 to unit per attack during combat, and recovers 7 HP after combat. Also, at the start of turn, if unit's HP is over 25%, inflicts attack and res -7, panic and deep wounds on the closest foes, and foes within 2 spaces of those foes through the next action. Alright, the deep wounds is actually pretty solid, so that is cool that he does that without a stat check. It's just closest foe and then chains to foes in 2 spaces. Also, at the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, inflicts attack speed and res -5 on the foe. Neutralize unit's penalties to attack speed and res, and unit makes a guaranteed follow-up. Yeah, it's not too shabby. Like, for what he is, he's just like a 3-star demote on banners. This is pretty solid. Like, this is acceptable. He's got a nice debuff there. He's got some true damage based on res. Getting a lot of stat drops, some healing, guaranteed follow-up. Like, this is solid enough, I guess, for a 3-star. But unfortunately, the 2 demotes this time around, not on the level of, like, Sonya or other demotes that we've had in the past. Or, like, Seteth. Alright, and then finally, we have Anand here. Aerial Longsword, HP up 3. At the start of turn, if unit is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants attack speed of 6, null follow-up, and nullify penalties on unit during combat to unit and allies in 2 spaces for 1 turn. Also, if unit initiates combat or is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants a bonus to all stats equal to 5 plus 10% of speed at the start of combat. Reduce damage from foe's first attack by 7 on their brave attack 2. And also grants special cooldown charge +1 to unit per attack during combat. Alright, then also Kanto 2. Unit can move to a space in 2 spaces of an ally in 2 spaces. And then at the start of combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, grants all stats of 5 to unit and deals damage equal to 20% of speed during combat. Oh, that's kind of interesting. This is a little bit better than... Who was the other 5-star rando? Asbel. This one, I like this one a little bit more than Asbel. But I don't like it. I don't like it like that, though. I don't like it on the same level as some other random 5-star refines we've had in the past. So yeah, it's solid though. Yeah, that's basically all I can say about it. It's just like solid. You got support, you got your warping, you got some true damage based on speed. You're getting a lot of stats. So yeah, that's basically it. This was a clean sweep for Ash and Xander, man. They didn't even come close to... Any of these other units didn't even scrape the barrel of what those 2 were doing. So definitely the Legendary and Mythic Hero, or... Yeah, the Legendary and Mythic Hero came out on top. As for which one of those 2 I think is better, it kind of depends, because they both do different things. Like, Ash is more of a frontliner with warp support that can really tank pretty well with all the DR that she's got. Xander is more of like a player phase nuker, or also Gale Force option if you want him to be. So he's doing a bit of different stuff than that. So I would... You probably want him to run a damaging special over Gale Force, because he gets a lot of true damage based on his special, or when he activates his special from his B skill. So you probably don't want to like miss out on getting that. But I guess you could still run him as a Gale Forcer anyway. That's never stopped us from running Gale Force, especially in a mode like Arena where Gale Force is really good. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. This is your boy Tacho signing out, and come back in just a moment and we'll go ahead and take a look at the data mines.